Today for the Armed Forces Appreciation Day, the Proclamation. On behalf of the Governor's Military Council, I want to welcome particularly, and not just these individuals, but everybody, but in particular, Lieutenant General David Perkins, Commanding General of Fort Leavenworth, Major General Lee Tafanelli, Kansas Adjutant General, Brigadier General Donald MacWillie, the Acting Commanding General of Fort Riley, and their leadership teams that are here at Capitol today. Thousands of Kansans serve our great country here at home and overseas in all services and components of the United States military, and we are honored as a state to host several major facilities of the United States military. Not only honored, we delight in doing this. We are really happy being a military state. We've got a number of these facilities. They have been here for a long period of time, and our communities and our state love them. We're really, really pleased to have you here. Today's our chance to show our deep gratitude for their service and sacrifice, and the sacrifices made by their families. Today we pledge our support for them in peace and in war. And there is much sacrifice they've made. We have lost many men and women in the conflicts that we've been in Afghanistan and in Iraq, the war on terrorism. And each of those just hits at the heart of us as a people whenever we lose anybody, and then the families that struggle with that. The soldiers that come back wounded, physically, PTSD. I've met and worked with a number of them, and their struggle continues for the remainder of their lifetime. And we just say thank you for all that sacrifice, for all that service, and for keeping us safe and free. Since the war on terrorism, since 9/11, we have not been hit in our homeland, and that is not an accident. The war has been taken to the enemy, and we have been pursuing and moving aggressively and have not been hit here at home. And I think a good portion of that is because we've taken the war there rather than waiting for them to come to us. And a lot of the people that have gone have been at these various bases that are represented here today. Whether it's active duty or with the reserves or National Guard, their service of our military personnel is significant to our society. It's significant to our economy in Kansas. All Kansas military installations and units serve vital roles in supporting our nation's defense and are playing a major role in the global war on terror. Kansas military installations at Forbes Field, Fort Leavenworth, Fort Riley, Great Plains Joint Training Center, McConnell Air Force Base, generate more than $8 billion into the gross state product, generate more than $390 million in property and income taxes. It's in our state's best interest to foster strong partnerships with the many military installations and units, state and local governments, and the private sector to facilitate the enhancement and continued strength of these military activities. The Governor's Military Council understands the importance of the military missions and the economic impact that the military bases, families, and retirees have on Kansas, and provides steadfast support for Kansas military infrastructure. It's almost a shame to put it in dollar terms, because the real terms are the heartfelt connections between the people in the military and in the communities that surround it. And I know that from having lived for a decade in Manhattan, Kansas, and the personal connections that people have, and the personal connections that are represented here. It's just far greater than any dollar amount can mean. These are long, lifelong relationships that mean so much to our people, and I think mean so much to the military as well. So I'm delighted to sign this proclamation for Armed Forces Appreciation Day. Deeply appreciate the military. We look forward to a continuing strong relationship, even in face of a very tight national budgetary situation. And I want to do a final shout out to our federal delegation in Congress and in the Senate, who every day go to work looking at what can we do to support the military in the United States. Not only for their mission and what they do in Kansas, but what they do around the world. I know that group just works every day to do whatever we can to support the military. Delighted to have you here, and thanks for your service. God bless you.